seen my heart cave in. I got my scars. I've been to hell and back again. Born for the blue skies, we'll survive the rain. Born for the sunrise, we'll survive the pain. We're singing, hey, you can't count us out. We've been running up against the crowd. Yeah, we're the dark horses. We're singing, wait, it's not over now. We've been down, but we've never been out. Yeah, we're the dark horses.
Welcome to Fair Nation Radio. I'm your play-by-play with Brent Hurst, and we'll be becoming a color commentator from the Morse Live production in Century Saturday night between the Washington and the Lady Yellow Jackets of Grundy County. This game should be easy.
Both these teams are looking to stay alive in the postseason, although the women are not completely out of contention for the postseason now. We're going to fill out House and Davenport's over that. We got a 1-1 count right now.
Grundy County fits in the circle. We will be getting lineups for you hopefully shortly. Pitcher throws the ball. Grundy County pitcher is 24 Michaela Nunley. Two and one for that report. This is the first batter of the first inning for Washington County. Just getting underway here. Pitch comes in. Davenport caught swinging. 2-2 count now. With both teams won their games yesterday. This is Washington County against Bledsoe County. Grundy against Signal Mountain. Pitch comes in, and Michaela Nunley strikes out Davenport swinging. So that'll be one out in the top of the first here for Sequatchie County, who are the away team. As I was saying, Sequatchie County are the away team, even though we're technically on Sequatchie County campus because we're the 2 seed in the tournament and Grundy County are the 1 seed. Pitch from Nunley comes in at Longston's feet. That'll be a ball. Comes off of Longston's bat foul. Yesterday, Grundy County beat Signal Mountain 12-0 and Bledsoe 11. So two impressive routes. Yeah. Yeah, when they played each other, it's been close games both times. So 1 run win by the Lady Jackets. I think a 3 or 4 run win by the Lady Yellow Jackets.
Pitch comes in, it'll be tipped foul.
That'll make the count 1-2 for Longston.
And both these teams, really the deciding factors being, where they've been. Sequatchie County won when the game was here, and Grundy County won when it was out there. And the home crowd has really been a factor in this one.
Being used to the field they're playing on, too.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Pitch coming in. And she will swing, and it will go back off her glove to the catcher's glove. Back off her bat to the catcher's glove, excuse me. So the count will stay at 1-2. Longston takes a few swings outside the box. Again, a 1-2 count. Nunley in the circle. And again, tipped foul off Longston's bat. Longston again outside the box, readying herself. And Nunley will go to the back of the circle for a few moments.
Nunley regrouping. Coming to the rover now. Pitch coming, and it is hit by Bailey Longston out into the outfield, and
hits the fence, bounces off Longston to second, and she will hold up at second.
She'll get a double off that one. Great play there by Longston.
So double recorded by Longston is right before she. One moment.
Up to bat for the Lady Indians, number 9, Cheyenne Stockwell.
Right before Longston swung her bat, I just saw. I saw in her posture she was ready to hit one.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Stockwell up to bat for the Lady Indians.
Nunley with the pitch way outside. Would have hit a left-handed batter there.
Longston thought about stealing after she saw that was so far outside, but catcher held her. So Longston's still on second. One out for the Lady Indians here in the top of the first. She'll hit it foul. Make the count 1-1. Again, Nunley in the circle. Stockwell in the box. 1-1 top of the first for the Lady Indians here from Dunlap against Grundy County. And that'll go straight off her bat, right in between the left fielder and the center fielder.
And that'll be a high line drive for a double. Longson gets home on that attempt, and Shine sitting there at second.
RBI for Stockwell there.
Yeah.
So the score is 1-0 quickly in the top of the first.
Just
Back for the Lady Indians, number 29, Amber Kilgore.
Just great ball placement there by Stockwell.
Great ball placement. Both of those balls went the exact same direction.
Yes.
Kind of interesting. I don't think I've seen that. Just two successive like that. And that'll be a called strike against Kilgore. Fourth batter up for the Lady Indians. Count will be 0-1. Again, one out here in the top of the first. One out, one run for the Lady Indians. And
she'll hit it to the second baseman, and it'll be an out, ground out at first there.
But that would be almost a sacrifice, as Stockwell will get to third. Good play by Kilgore.
Up to bat for the Lady Indians, number 16, Emily Yell.
Pitcher versus pitcher matchup here.
We enjoyed seeing that one at the last broadcast that we did for softball against Marion County. And first one will be a ball way outside. First pitch will be a ball way outside, so it'll be 1-0 early. Yell back into the box.
Nunley coming with the pitch, and it will be a
Inside this time.
right inside there.
Threw it outside, threw it inside. You would think the next one would be a strike. I'm sorry, I'll stop with that. Pitch coming from Nunley. And that is the strike.
We got the 2-1 count now.
Yell in the box waiting on the 2-1 pitch. And that'll be a ball just inside. 3-1 the count now. Three and one for Yo. Lady Indians have a runner on third. Cheyenne Stockwell is out there. 2 outs, top of the first here.
Just comes in, she hits it right at the pitcher. Pitcher mishandles it, but it is an out at first there, and that'll be the third out of the inning here at Sequatchie County. Your score right now, 1-0, Sequatchie County, who is the guest today at their home field.
Right, we probably will have to say that a lot throughout this broadcast because so used to having the team who is at home actually being the second team to bat or batting in the bottom of the inning.
Yeah.
But because of the way that the seating is and because of the way the district tournament works, the district tournament is always at Sequatchie County, even though Sequatchie is going to be the second seed this year. So the guest team against the Lady Yellow Jackets, who are the 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about these two teams. They're really, really even. You know, I was talking to Coach Somerville yesterday, and she was saying, you know, they're right where we are. You know, they're, as far as a competitive level, they're right where we are. And so it's always interesting to play them and always a good game to play them.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and just the Valley in general just got great softball. You got Grundy County, Marion County, Sequatchie County, of course. Then you go to the Chattanooga area. You got a lot of good teams around here. Expect to see a lot of Chattanooga area teams at the state tournament.
I guess we're counting Grundy in the Valley now. Okay. Per Chandler Morrison.
For now, District 7 AA.
For now. So is Signal in the Valley then?
No.
Good. Good.
They don't really fit anywhere else most of the time. They're too west for us, or too west for us and too east for them.
You didn't mention Bledsoe when you were talking about good softball.
Yeah,
They're down this year.
Yeah, they are down this year. I think Bledsoe does have a good team. Generally, they do have a good team. I think last year they were second in the district last year, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They got to regions
right.
too. But a very, very good team, and that was a very competitive rivalry with Bledsoe County last year.
That's almost an interesting storyline. Just Bledsoe's kind of dropped this year.
Mm-hmm.
I know a couple other players, and they'll admit it.
Yeah. Their season's not done, even though they did lose the Indians. They play again after this at Signal Mountain at 4 p.m. So,
could you imagine just how competitive this district would have been? Because there's only really 4 teams in this district in softball: Signal, Sequatchie, Bledsoe, and Grundy. Could you imagine how competitive this district had been if Bledsoe were not having a down year this year?
Yes.
Because instead of it being Sequatchie and Grundy, one moment.
Leading off for the Lady Jackets, number 4, Madison Rogers.
Instead of it being just a Sequatchie Grundy championship automatically, I mean, there'd be a little bit of a
dark horse there.
So the first pitch from Yale will be a ball in the ground. So Rogers will be looking at a 1-0 count. Second pitch coming. And that'll be a called strike. Right there on the outside edge of the strike zone. 1-1 the count now. Again, the score is 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Grundy County are at bat. Sequatchie County in the outfield. Yale standing in the circle.
Be hit by Rogers. They go foul into down third base line there.
And that would be Chandler Morrison, unsure of how to call softball.
Oh, me.
Back into the box is Rogers.
Here comes Yale with the pitch.
1-2 the count. And
be hit down third base line again, this time to third baseman, and it will be an out. Great play there by Longson at third base.
Just a great throw because she mishandled it there momentarily, but didn't even think about it.
That's the bat for the Lady Jackets, number 2, Madison Burrows.
Didn't even think about that mishandling. Just threw it over to first. And if you hear me or Chandler stop just randomly in the middle of a sentence, that's because we're letting Miss Stewart here go over or do the announcing for the actual softball game, and we have to be quiet to let her do that.
Burrows at the plate right now.
1-0 is the count. And that'll be thrown inside. 2-0 the count. And that will also be a called ball. So that'll be 3-0 count now from Sequatchie County's Yale in the circle to number 2 Burrows of Grundy County. 1 out this inning.
That's
Ball
gonna be
4.
Just outside, and she's going to walk to first there, Burrows.
4 balls thrown by Yale.
Now batting number 8, Emily Meeks.
Emily Meeks up to bat for Grundy County. Meeks a lefty. Shows bunt, and it will come right back off her glove. And Burrows standing on first looked to take off, but didn't quite have enough time, so she will head back to first. Count is 0-1. Again, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And that will be hit to the second baseman, who will easy toss to the first baseman for Sequatchie County. That'll get an out, but that was a sacrifice by Grundy County. Moves the runner over to second. That'll be 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
Up to bat for the Lady Jackets, number 12, Harley Davis.
Emily Meeks on that sacrifice.
And again, Harley Davis up into the box now for Grundy County. 2 outs, bottom of the first. 1-0 is Sequatchie County's lead over Grundy County.
Yell with the pitch.
High and outside. One another count now. Should expect this game to stay pretty close for the entire game, considering how the other 2 games this season have gone between these 2 clubs.
It's going to be hit, and it's going to be foul territory, almost caught by left fielder.
Number 15, Riley French.
Yes. That's not how it used to be.
Mine is how it used to be, and that's still horrible. We'll do what we can for you. And Miss Stewart's helping us.
Yell coming with the pitch. Davis. She'll swing. It'll be foul ball. Straight back toward the
track.
fence. Yep.
Probably did hit the track. French running into that fence, trying to catch the foul ball earlier. 1-2 the count now. Again, number 12, Davis in the box for Grundy County. 2 outs. 1-2 pitch comes in. She swings, and it is caught by the center fielder, Hadley Gray for Sequatchie County.
Great play there by Hadley Gray. You know, we saw earlier in the season this Indian outfield was kind of a little bit loose, I guess. You know, kind of, not as good. We're used to seeing it. Of course, they lost some great talent out there last year, and they've come around this year really, really well.
How about that speed from Gray to get that ball? Because when it was hit, I thought that thing was going to hit the ground. Mm-hmm. I didn't think either of them had a chance. You know,
it just looked like it was going to hit the ground, and for her to go and get that, just a great, great play.
So we go into the top of the second inning with your score: Sequatchie County 1, Grundy County 0 here from Dunlap in this both teams' second game of the District 7 AA tournament.
And we'll be right back.
My heart cave in. I got my scars. I've been to hell and back again. Born for the blue skies. We'll survive the rain. Born for the sunrise. We'll survive the pain. We're singing, hey, you can't count us out. We've been running up against the crowd. Yeah, we're the dark horses. We're singing, wait, it's not over now. We've been down, but we've never been out. Yeah, we're the dark horses.
Leading off for the Lady Indians, number 14, Michaela Newman.
And we're back here on Spirit Nation Radio.
Back top of the second, Michaela Newman about to come into the box. It is 1-0. Sequatchie County lead Grundy County against Sequatchie County. Even though we are on Sequatchie County's campus, Sequatchie County are the away team and are batting in the top of the innings. Pitch coming in. Nunley, the pitcher for Grundy County, and that will be called strike. 0-1 the count.
Nunley regrouping in the circle. She comes to the pitch. Newman will swing, but it'll be called foul. Be right at her feet.
Hits herself in the ankle with that one. Never feels good.
No.
0-2 the count. And a little bit of regrouping from Newman there. A couple of swings outside the box. Get her composure. Nunley regrouping also. And she'll hit that one just low into the shortstop for the first out of the inning. Be a fly out.
Keep it going. I got to talk something.
Up to bat for the Lady Indians, number 15, Raleigh French.
French in the box, patiently waiting. Nice little curve there on that pitch, called strike. 0-1 the count now for French. If you didn't hear Chandler, he has gone momentarily, so I'll be with you for the next few minutes. Nunley with a low pitch, it is swung at and hit foul. 0-2 is the count now. 1 out in the top of the second. Sequatchie County still lead Grundy County 1-0. Sequatchie County at bat with Raleigh French, and again Nunley in the circle for Grundy County. Pitch comes in, and it is just inside. Ball, 1-2 the count now. Pitch comes in, and it actually goes behind French. Almost hits her. Oh, it did hit her. So that'll put a runner on first.
Up to bat for the Lady Indians, number 4, Hadley Gray.
So the 1 and 2 pitch hits French, and she is currently standing on first. Coach Somerville will run over and check on her. Or talk to her or something. Water. Gatorade. Hadley Gray in the box now for Sequatchie County. Holds up her hand, trying to hold the pitch off for a few moments. Now she looks ready. Pitch will come in, strike. 0-1 the count now. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Pitch comes in, swung at, tipped off. 0-2 the count. You get 0-2 the count. Gray in the box for Sequatchie County. Runner on first. And that'll be a called strike 3. So 2 outs here in the top of the second for the Lady Indians.
Up to bat for the Lady Indians, number 22, Hannah Knight.
Knight into the box for the Lady Indians. That'll be a strike. Called strike. I'm sorry. She didn't swing at it. 0-1 the count now. And that'll be a strike swinging. 0-2 the count now. 2 outs.
Sequatchie County with a 1-0 lead right now.
Again, runner on first. And that'll be a ball just inside.
1-2 count now.
A couple of the fans didn't really like that call as a ball. A couple of the Grundy fans. And that will be hit hard to the shortstop and mishandled by the shortstop and by the second baseman who tried to pick it up and tag the runner, number 15, French, who was going to second, is unable to handle it. So Sequatchie County now have runners on first and second.
Up to bat for the Lady Indians,
Unfortunate play
number
for the
1,
Grundy County player right there.
Davenport.
It was.
Yeah.
A lot of that had to do, though, with the hard hit.
Yeah.
So Davenport in the box now for the Lady Indians. Again, 2 outs, runners on first and second, top of the second. Swings at the first pitch and hits it hard to the third baseman, who is, again, unable to handle such a hard hit. And bases are now loaded for Sequatchie County.
Up to bat for the Lady Indians, number 3, Bailey Longson.
Good single by Davenport. Longson into the box now. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the second, no pressure. And Grundy County will have a meeting in the infield in the circle. And the outfield players.
Lady Indians would like to thank Land's Restaurant for providing their pregame meal today. They would also like to thank the following for sponsoring meals this season: Russell Ann Swafford and Jeff Talley, The Little Store, McDonald's, Wendy's, and Jeanette and Anthony Austin. Thank you for providing pregame meals this season.
And the Sphere would like to thank Land's Restaurant for sponsoring us and always letting us go in there to do our Sunday shows.
Spear Nation Radio.
Spear Nation Radio Sunday shows.
Now we're back in play.
Pitch comes in inside. Ball 1.
Longson at the plate right now.
Nunley in the circle for Grundy County. 1-0 the count. 2 outs, top of the second. Bases loaded for Sequatchie. Longson trying to ignore that pressure.
Here comes Nunley with a pitch.
And she will hit it to the third baseman, who is able to handle it this time for the first time in 3 batters, and will just calmly step on third, and that will end the top of the inning. 1-0 is still Sequatchie County's lead over Grundy County as we head to the bottom of the second.
And that's just kind of a little bit little bit momentum killer right there, having 3 people on base and then not being able to execute right there. But you're down 2 outs. It's kind of a hard situation.
Let me ask you this: is it a momentum killer? Because now in the back of Grundy's minds, they're like, "That was close. We got lucky."
Mm-hmm. It is.
And in Sequatch's minds, they're like, "That was close. Grundy got lucky."
Mm-hmm.
So are both teams thinking of it as in Sequatch?
Well, it may not be such a momentum killer, but it may be the fact that you're right in that. I think it's more the fact that you look at the end of the game. If it's a close game, you're thinking, well, they just left 3 runners stranded there. That could have been the reason they won or lost the game right there. Looking ahead, looking after the game. But that could be one of those factors that comes in to play later in the game.
It's true.
But you'll warm it up in the circle. Brent, we'll get going on with soccer right now.
Okay, our regular season ended yesterday. We beat Marion County 3-1 at home. That 1 goal was scored after Sequatch's JV were in. Marion only have 13 players, so they had the same players in the entire game. Finished the regular season, I believe, 7-6 on the field. After CCS's forfeit, I believe that would be 8-5. We will play Jackson County at home in the first round of districts Monday at 6 o'clock Central Time. So it will be at the same time as softball going on this field.
Leading off for the Lady Jackets, number 14, Sierra Kilgore.
A lot of district action going on. We also got baseball happening today against CCS in the second game of the series.
Pitch comes in from Yale, and it will be high and outside. Ball. Want to know the count now for number 14 of Grundy County, Kilgore. Second pitch is almost inside, but that's called a strike. Kilgore was standing fairly close to the plate. So 1-1 the count now. Again, bottom of the second inning, first batter. And that will be tipped foul. Hits the fence just under the press box. Sierra Kilgore in the box for Grundy County. Yale's pitch, and the ball is hit very, very, very high. Second baseman for Sequatchie County, number 1, Davenport, will reel that one in. That'll be a fly out. First out of the second inning for Grundy County.
Up to bat, number 7, Chloe Sism.
Chloe Sism up to bat for Grundy. Yale still in the circle for Sequatchie. And that'll be hit very hard but foul down the third baseline. 0-1 the count.
Talking about baseball, Sequatchie County did fall to Chattanooga Christian yesterday 8-2. And today they're playing right now. The score is in the top of the first, 3-0 Chattanooga Christian.
And that pitch by Yale will be outside, but caught her swinging. So 0-2 the count now. Strangely enough, we're getting Sequatchie CCS stats from CCS's website instead of from Sequatchie. Again, another very high fly ball that will go into the stands. Thankfully, everyone got out of the way. You can tell because there is no screaming. Yell back into the circle. Sism in the box. 0-2 still the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the second from Sequatchie County. And that'll be a pitch way outside. 1-2 the count now for Grundy Sism. And the pitch comes in from Yale. Again, high and outside, 2-2 the count. Like to take a moment to thank CCS for putting those stats on their website. We know they're not for us, but we are using them. Not for us specifically. I mean, word that better, but we are using them, thankful that they're online. Foul ball hit down the third baseline. 2-2 still the count. Only one actual strike Rest of them have been foul balls. Hit enough foul balls as a batter. One of them's bound to go fair. Kind of tiring on a pitcher to take this many pitches with a single batter. 2-2 the count, 1 out. And inside enough that it might have been called a ball, but she will swing at it. Again, hit foul. It'll be the 4th foul of this at-bat. 8 pitches have been thrown so far at this at-bat. 2-2 is the count. No, I'm sorry, 6 pitches. I'm getting confused. That will be very, very high fly ball, and that will hit in the stands again. Fans having to watch themselves today. Yell back into the circle. 2-2 is still the count. Keeps fouling him off to Sism. Yell trying to focus. Trying to calm herself. And that will be again hit foul, this time over the fence. Third base. Don't know whether it was just focus or frustration not to yell on that pitch, but you could see her thinking something. Now she'll take a moment to tie her shoe. Or her cleat, as they are called in American sports. I'm in a mood today. I apologize.
Here she comes with the pitch. It'll be hit, and it'll go
Very
straight
high.
up in the air. It'll be foul, but it'll be caught by Newman, the catcher for Sequatchie County, down the third baseline.
Good awareness by Newman. Number 3 for Sequatchie, Longson, the third baseman, and 16, Yale, the pitcher. Both might could have gotten to that, but Newman was the only one that had a sure chance. Good awareness by her.
Up to bat for the Lady Jackets, number 29, Kara Meeks.
So Meeks will be in the box now from Grundy County. 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. No runners on for Grundy. 1-0 is still Sequatchie's lead. The first pitch will come in low. Called ball. 1-0 the count now. And that will be tipped foul right over the press box. 1-1 is the count now. Again, 2 outs. Yell in the box for the Lady Indians. And Meeks in the... Kara Meeks in the... Kara Meeks is in the box for Grundy County, and Yell is in the circle for Sequatchie County. And that will be a called ball just inside. 2-1 is the count now. Pitch comes in way outside. 3-1. Two outs. 3-1 the count. Yell and Meeks looking at each other. Pitch comes in. Strike at the very bottom left corner of the strike zone. Right-handed batter is Meeks. Full count now. 2 outs. Bottom of the second. Score is still Sequatchie County 1, Grundy County 0. No runners on for Grundy. And that'll be swung at it and just barely got a tip on it, so that will be foul ball. Still full count. Same situation as one pitch before for Meeks. Davenport comes in, give a few words of encouragement to Yale. Meeks and Yale both taking a moment to compose themselves. And that will be hit foul. Hits the fence to her left. A couple of the fans letting her know that that was a foul ball. Or maybe that was... I'm not even sure who was yelling. Somebody to my right. Fairly intense atmosphere for a softball game here on a Saturday afternoon. That will be a strike swinging. That'll be the third out of the inning. And the second inning will end Sequatchie County 1, Grundy County 0.
And we have scoring over here from the baseball game. We've got it is 5-0 right now. CCS looks like Caleb Loftley just got on base, and Troy Sanders is up to bat now.
One hit by both Sequatchie and CCS so far in that game.
And CCS, they've been one of the teams all year that have just kind of stood out, especially in the Chattanooga area, looking like they may go deep into the postseason there.
So, softball district's going on, baseball district's going on, soccer districts start on Monday. Do we know anything about track?
Track, I actually talked to Coach Jones about a week and a half ago. I know they had double the amount of people qualify for regionals and subsectionals that they did last year.
Wow.
It went from 21 to 46. The amount of people they've got there, so they're doing better than last year, and he's slowly moving to where he's improving that. Well,
good. So glad to hear that track's doing well too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
a good spring for Sequatchie County all around, I would say.
Leading off for the Lady Indians, number 9, Cheyenne Stockwell.
Stockwell coming up to the plate. Umpire cleaning the plate off for her.
Again, we still got Nunley in the circle for Grundy County. 1-0 is Sequatchie County's lead as we start the top of the third inning. Again, Sequatchie County are batting in the top of the inning instead of the... And she will hit to third base and should be an easy play to the first baseman, and it is. There'll be one out. Again, Sequatchie County are batting in the top of the inning instead of in the bottom of the inning because they are the 2 seed instead of the 1 seed.
Here comes Elmer Kilgore up to the plate.
Up to bat, number 29, Amber Kilgore.
Left-handed hitter here.
Pitch will come in, and it will be inside and low. Called a ball. 1-0 the count now. Again, this just the second batter of the inning. No runners on. 1 out in the top of the third for Sequatchie County. 1-0 is Sequatchie's lead in the second game of the District 7 AA tournament for both teams. Very far outside is the pitch thrown. Nunley will get another ball from the umpire. 2-0 the count now. Back into the box to Skilgore. And again, it will hit the dirt. 3-0. Kilgore very much ahead in the count. Nunley taking her time. Now she'll send in the pitch, and that'll be right down the middle for a strike. Called strike. 3-1 the count. 1 out in the top of the third for Sequatchie County. 3-1 the count. Kilgore in the box. No runners on. She will catch hold of that one, hit it high to center field, and it will be caught by Grundy County's center fielder. That will be, looking for, number 14, Sierra Kilgore.
Up to bat for the Lady Indians, number 16, Emily Yell.
Pitcher versus pitcher. Nunley in the circle, Yale in the box for Sequatchie County, and she will hit that one just foul down the first base line. Almost looked like it was going fair and then curved foul. Touched about 2 foot outside. Good hit. Yell back into the box. 0-1 the count. She'll catch that one, hit it right to the third baseman. Should be an easy play, and it is. That'll end that top of the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Score 1-0. Sequatchie County leads Grundy County.
Tight matchup like we expected here today, Brent, ain't it?
It is. Though remember, Sequatchie County did have the bases loaded a few innings ago.
Yes. Had a lot of runners on base in general today. But just a 1-0 lead here for the Indians. And we'll be right back after this at the bottom of the inning. Excuse me. Here's just some music to enjoy.
Found a way out. The city takes everything it can. But outside the crowds, I can feel my lungs again. Run for the blue skies, we'll survive the rain. Run for the sunrise, we'll survive the pain. We're singing, hey, you can't count us out. We've been running up against the crowd. Born for the blue skies. Born for the blue skies. Born for the sunrise. We'll survive the
Jackets, number 20, Shelby Carrick.
And we're back here at the top of the inning, or the bottom of the inning, excuse me. You're in the third. This matchup between Sequatchie County and Grundy County in the District 7 AA tournament. Pitch coming from Yale. There'll be a strike in there. Carrick at the plate. Yell with the pitch coming from the circle. It'll be strike swinging there for Carrick. 0-2 count now. Yell regrouping. With the pitch. Be a strike three right there on the outside edge of that strike box. Really, really good placement on that ball.
Now batting number 24, Michaela Nunley.
Nunley. Another pitcher-pitcher matchup.
Good pitching by Yo there to get that first out.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining us, Brent.
Anytime.
It's going to be a low there.
Called ball. 1-0 the count now. Again, number 24, Michaela Nunley, pitcher in the box for Sequatchie.
It's going to be a good strike.
For Grundy, I'm sorry.
Good
Wow.
strike there by Yale.
Maybe I saw the purple, I don't know.
Yale regrouping. From the rubber. Pitch coming, and it will hit
she'll hit her.
Nunley. And she'll get to first on a hit by pitch.
Nunley looks okay.
They'll call a timeout, call a pitch runner for, though.
That'll be number 11 for Grundy County, Michaela Michaluk.
Courtesy runner, excuse me.
Up to bat, number 4, Madison Rogers.
You may pronounce that name wrong. I believe it's Michaluk.
leadoff hitter for the Grundy County Yellow Jackets.
So 1 on, 1 out.
Pitch, it'll be a bunt. It'll be a sack bunt. They'll throw to first, and it'll be an out.
Rogers almost got there.
Great play there by Longston to get that ball over there on that bunt.
Longston's quick. Quick with those throws. That will send Michalak over to second.
Up to bat, number 2, Madison Burrows.
2 outs now for Grundy County. Runner on second. Sequatchie County still lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, with the pitch.
Called strike.
Burrows will watch it.
0-1 the 0-1 the count. Pitch comes in. That will be high over into left field and just missed by number 15 of Sequatchie County, French.
And it's going to be, thinks about going to third, goes back to second. Burrows does, but damage is done here as Grundy County scores.
That will tie us up 1-1 now, bottom of the third. 2 outs now, runner on second.
Now batting, number 8, Emily Meeks.
Meeks at the plate. Yell coming with the pitch.
That'll be called strike.
Meeks will watch it.
0-1 the count. Yo
Again-
quickly ahead in the count.
Again, your score here is 1-1. 1-1, excuse me. Out of it today, Brent. I'm out of it.
Same. We ain't done this in a while.
No.
0-2 the count now after another strike.
Thank you for staying with us this long.
We do appreciate it. And that'll be way outside. 1-2 the count now.
But like I said, your score is 1-1 right now.
That's not what you said.
Like I meant to say. Here
Yeah.
comes Yell with the pitch.
Getting runner on second. She will go, and
It'll be a fouled off.
so she'll have to go back to second.
Fouled off there by Meeks. Sorry, I was looking for the name.
Meeks
Yep.
collecting herself.
Yell coming to the rubber. Pitch coming. Be fouled off down the first base line by Meeks.
Runner doesn't realize it. Burrows, the runner. She will head back to second.
Yell the pitch.
That'll be hit hard to Davenport, and she will give it right to Kilgore. That will end the inning.
That will
Or
end
in the top of the inning.
in the top of the inning, but the damage has been done here by the Grundy County Yellow
No,
Jackets.
in the bottom of the inning. I'm sorry. I'm still used to Sequatchie being...
Well, I was just following your lead there. So.
Yeah, that's my bad. I've said probably 10 times that Sequatchie are batting in the top. And still bothers me.
It's all right. It's all right. But like I said, the score is 1-1 right now. Very, very tight affair here. Sequatchie County High School. A great crowd turnout on both sides.
Yeah, it is. I'm surprised. Saturday afternoon, you'd think people would be wanting to go Chattanooga or something.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm glad to see it.
I don't know. My first instinct is to watch softball games, so never know. Of course, it's what I do kind of for a living right now. So
Meanwhile, this is what I do to procrastinate from my responsibilities.
And in the bottom of the second, score still 5-0 for baseball. 5-0 in favor of CCS. Troy Sanders up to bat. Riley Dempsey on third at the moment. Two outs on that one right now.
Sorry for the silence here. Not much to talk about in between innings while Grundy County's outfielder warming up.
Leading off for the Lady Indians, number 14, Michaela Newman.
Newman into the box for Sequatchie County.
Nunley still the pitcher in the circle. Nunley with a pitch.
That'll be a called strike right down the middle. Looked like it hit the bottom of that strike zone. Good pitch. 0-1 is the count now.
Nunley on the rubber. Pitch coming from Nunley. Be hit by Michaela Newman straight up in the air,
very
back
high.
to the outfield, and it'll be caught by the center fielder for Grundy County,
Kilgore.
Kilgore. Sierra Kilgore.
Up to bat, number 15, Riley French.
Which is something that we would not know if we did not have Miss Stewart right here beside us helping us. Thank you to Miss Stewart.
Again, Riley French touch the bat.
And that'll be a called strike.
On the inside corner of the strike zone.
French must be standing very close to the plate.
Pitch coming from Nunley. Fouled off by French.
Fouls off the 0-1 pitch. Count is now 0-2.
French did get her first home run yesterday.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
Congrats to her for that.
In that 11-0 route of Bledsoe County. It's going to be a ball outside on the outside.
What year is French?
French is a
Oh.
sophomore. Right there in front of you, Brett. You couldn't even see it.
I wasn't looking for it. What do you want from me, Chandler? 1-2 the count.
Nunley with the pitch. Hit by French into right field, and it is
Just out of reach of the right fielder, and French will run to second. Thinks about going to third, holds up.
Up to bat, number 4, Hadley Gray.
Gray in the box. Nunley coming with a pitch from the circle. Be hit by Gray. It'll be foul down the first base line.
Count will be 0-1 now. Again, one out here in the top of the fourth inning. Sequatchie County at bat. Runner on second. Pitcher and kick. And that will be just hit off the bat into the ground. That'll be a sacrifice. And Sequatchie County will get their runner over to third.
Up to bat, number 22, Hannah Knight.
So 2 outs now. Runner on third. Score still 1-1. Not in the box for Sequatchie County. Nunley still in the circle for Grundy County. And pitch will hit the dirt. 1-0 the count.
Nunley. Pitch coming.
And that'll be called a strike, even though Knott has to back up from it. Must be standing close to the plate.
2 outs. 1-1 count.
And again, runner on third for Sequatchie.
Nunley with a pitch. That'll be low in the zone.
2-1 now.
Still be a ball.
Pitcher and batter looking at each other. Now the pitch comes in. That will be hit low and to the shortstop, who will easily get it over to the first baseman. Runner will come home, but it will not count as the top of the fourth comes to an end. We're halfway through here in Sequatchie County between Sequatchie and Grundy County softball game. 1-1 is the score, with a run coming for Sequatchie County in the first inning and a run coming for Grundy County in the third.
All right, and we'll be right back here after this break.
the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
You could beat the world, you could beat the war. You can talk the guy, go banging on his door.
You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks.
You could be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself
Standing in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
And the world's gonna know your name.
yeah.
'Cause you burn with the brightest flame. And the world's gonna know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can go the distance, you can run the mile. You can walk straight through hell with a smile.
You could be the hero, you could get the gold. Breaking all the records they thought never could be broke.
Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. Are you ever gonna know if you never even try?
Do it for your country, do it for your nation.
And we're back here on Spirit Nation Radio. Harley Davis for Grundy County up to the plate. Yale still in the circle. Comes Yale.
And that will be inside. 1-0 the count now. Again, the score is still 1-1 entering the bottom of the fourth inning. We are halfway done here from Sequatchie County in both teams' second game of the 7AA tournament. Winner's bracket.
Comes Yale with the pitch. He'll be outside.
After Grundy County dominated Signal Mountain yesterday 12-0, and Sequatchie County did the same to Bledsoe 11-0.
Winner of this one will go to the championship game on Monday.
And
Be hit, and Yale will get it to first, and it'll be out there for the first out of this half inning.
ball just kind of dudded off the bat, if that makes sense, and went left a little bit. Pitcher had to run up to it.
It's almost like they kind of expected it to be a foul a little bit.
Up to bat, number 14, Sierra Kilgore.
Very, very, very high pop fly. And it will be caught by Davenport at second base.
And the loser of this game, by the way, will go to the losers bracket final. It's at 6 here. They'll play the winner of Bledsoe and Signal Mountain at 4.
Up to bat, number 7, Chloe Sissom.
Sissom at bat now for Grundy County.
As this is a double elimination tournament.
Ball comes in from Yale. 1-0 the count now. She'll foul one off over the press box. 1-1 the count. Again, Sissom at bat. Yale in circle. Two outs so far in the bottom of the fourth for Grundy County. And that will be hit straight almost to the third baseman. Doesn't quite get hold of it. Shortstop will send it over to first, but not quite quick enough. That will be a single. Very, very well hit.
Up to bat, number 29, Kara Meeks.
Well hit by Sissom. Meeks now into the box for Grundy County. That'll be a called strike at the bottom left of the strike zone. Very much on the edge of the inside part of the zone. 0-1 the count. That'll be low. 1-1. Again, 1-1, 2 outs, runner on first for Grundy County. Meeks in the box.
Here comes the pitch from Yale.
That'll be a strike swinging. 1-2, 2 outs. Pitch looked right down the middle. Just missed it. So again, 1-2, 2 outs.
Here comes Yale hoping to end the inning. And she will on a
That
swinging strike there.
pitch was very much inside. Almost certainly would have been called a ball, but she swung at it, realized her mistake, and pulled up, but just too late. And that will end the 4th inning with your score: Sequatchie County 1, Grundy County 1.
And we'll be right back. And we're back on the air.
Davenport leading off for the Lady Indians. 1-1 is the score, and here in the top of the 5th inning against Sequatchie County are at home, but are the guest team for purposes of stats because they are the 2nd seed. And Davenport will swing on the first pitch. Pitch will be a little outside, and that'll be a strike. 0-1 the count. Nunley still in the circle for Grundy County. Pitch will come in low from Nunley. That'll be a ball, 1-1.
Davenport hoping to get this team going and maybe get some points on the board.
Runs,
yeah.
Davenport very much the senior leader on this team.
That'll be a foul ball.
Tipped off. I'm sorry, Chandler. I'm a jerk. It happens. Davenport doesn't need much time to compose herself, but Nunley takes a moment.
Here comes the pitch. And that will go on the other side of Davenport there.
Almost hit her, but Davenport jumps towards the plate and out of the way.
Nunley must have thought the strike zone was on the other side of Davenport. Left-handed pitcher or something, or left-handed hitter or something, I don't know.
Maybe she's got sight problems like we do.
Yeah. Can't say much then. Here comes the pitch from Nunley.
Davenport catches it, has to bring the bat down to chop at it to get a hit, but it is actually not a hit. She'll be caught out at first. Thought Davenport's speed might get her there. Not quite able to. 1 out for the Lady Indians.
Number 3, Bailey Longson.
Longson up to bat for the Lady Indians. 1 out.
Comes the pitch.
Hit the dirt. 1-0 the count.
I want to thank you for joining us on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Great day for some softball.
Really is a beautiful day for softball, for any sport, really. Softball players and baseball players over beside us are lucky to be able to play today. Mm-hmm. Pitch will come in again very much inside. Will be a ball. 2-0 the count now.
1 out this inning. Nunley comes to the pitch. Be low in the strike zone, but it will be a strike.
Called strike.
Be a 2-1 count coming now. Nunley with the pitch. Be hit and tipped foul by Longson.
Longson taking her time before she gets back in the box and ready. 2-2 the count. Pitch coming.
Here comes the pitch.
Hit up high. Center fielder tries to get to it, is unable to. And that'll be a single.
I think that was an error out there by the outfield because they must have thought each. But that looked like they just thought the other one was going to get it and didn't end up going for it. So
Up to bat, number 9, Cheyenne Stockwell.
Stockwell up to the plate. Longson on first. Only one out in this half inning. Pitch coming from Nunley. And that'll be low. It'll be a ball just outside the box.
Longson wanted to run on that. Didn't. Pitch will be in the dirt. Again, Longson wanted to run and didn't. 1 out, 2-0 the count. 1-1 the score in the top of the fifth. Sequatchie County and Grundy County level. And Longson on first.
2-0 count coming. Nunley from the rubber. Pitch coming. It's going to be a strike on the inside corner of that strike zone.
Very, very much inside. The umpire is blocking my view of the plate, but from how he called that, she must have been standing very close to the plate.
Pitch from Nunley. Be tipped there by Stockwell.
2-2. 1 out. Two and two pitch almost coming. Both players taking a moment.
Nunley comes to the pitch.
And catcher swinging. 2 outs now. Still a runner on first.
Up to bat, number 29, Amber Kilgore.
Kilgore up to bat now for the Lady Indians.
Hoping to get Longson around the bases. And she hits it. It'll go foul
First baseline.
toward the Grundy County dugout.
Nunley really taking her time before the second pitch. 0-1 the count. Pitch comes in, hit to the shortstop.
And that'll be the third out of the inning there.
A shortstop throws it to first baseman. And that will...
If someone calls me, my phone can't use data. You fix the go. Hold on a second.
My heart cave in. I got my scars. I've been to hell and back again. Born for the blue skies. We'll survive the rain. Born for the sunrise. We'll survive the pain.
And we're back on air. Sorry for that interruption in our broadcast.
Leading off for the Lady Jackets, number 20, Shelby Carrick.
Carrick up to the plate now. Yell still in the circle.
Score is still Sequatchie County 1, Grundy County 1. And that pitch will be low and inside. Ball 1. So the 1-0 pitch coming. And it will be hit very slowly to the third baseman, who will throw it very quickly to the first baseman.
Longson to Kilgore right there.
Longson always with those quick throws. 1 out.
Up to bat, number 24, Michaela Nunley.
Nunley, the pitcher, up to bat. 1 out. Score still level. And she will hit it to the shortstop, who again, quick throw to first.
And that's Stockwell on the throw.
Indians making quick work of this Grundy County 3.
Up to bat, number 4, Madison Rogers.
The original leadoff hitter for the Yellow Jackets. Here comes Yell with the pitch. Be hit foul.
Just out of reach of Longson. 0-1. Fairly young Grundy County team. Only have, that'll be a ball, only have 2 players on their roster who are seniors. Those would be Harley Davis and Shelby Carrick.
That'll be on the outside of the zone right there.
1 and 2. Again, 2 outs for Grundy County. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yell with the pitch.
And
Be
that
hit by Rogers. It'll be in the center field. And
hits the outside wall. And that will be a double. Great hit by Rogers. I thought that was over the fence.
very, very close there to being over the fence.
Gray did well. Had to. One moment.
Now batting number 2, Madison Burrows.
Gray did well. Had to run into the fence to try to stop that and turned around really well. Got the throw back quickly. Good playing by Gray.
Burrows at the plate. Yale coming with a pitch.
Called strike
right down the middle there. That's the definition of a strike right there.
You can tell that was right down the middle because me and Chandler said it at the same time, and we never agree on anything, so you can believe us there. 0-1. Pitch coming.
Yale with the pitch.
That'd
Burrows
be-
will hit it foul.
Again, it's still 0-2. Yale taking her time. Quick update for you in the
Baseball game. Chargers still lead by 1 now. It's 5-4 instead of 5-0. So Sequatchie County having a big inning in the bottom of the third there with 4 runs.
and that inning is still going on for Sequatchie County as there is a very high pop fly.
In our softball game here. And I will say this, 1-1 count, 1 out here, only in the third.
In the baseball game.
Yeah.
Good job by the Indians.
Yep, Tyler Aiken up to bat right now in that game.
All 5 of CCS's runs came in the top of the first. All 4 of Sequatchie's runs have come in the bottom of the third. Back to our game, 1-2 the count. And that will be hit very high. And Newman, the catcher, gets hold of it.
And somehow keeps it there when all 3 players pretty much ran into each other there for the last out of the inning. Just a great grab there.
That'll take us to the top of the 6th. The score is 1-1. On the soccer team,
And now we're all knotted up in the baseball game, by the way.
5-5. Wow, good job.
And that was after an 8, and I'm sorry, I want to tell you this. That was after an 8-2 performance by CCS last night, and CCS has dominated Sequatchie County every time they play them this season. I think this is the 4th time they played them.
Well,
So, pretty good showing for the Indians.
back to the softball game. On the soccer team, we have we have had a problem. We've gotten a whole lot better about it as the season's gone on. Communication. Communication is very key. The defense has to communicate so that people know how to position themselves, and the offense has to communicate to know where to make runs to. And we were bad at that at the beginning of the season. What I just saw from the softball team was a little lack of communication there because a couple of the players ran into each other. Somebody's got to call it, and the other 2 have to let her have it. So, let's see if we can't resolve that issue. I'm sure Coach Somerville's letting them know about that. 2 innings left, barring extra innings. Here in our softball game. Again, the score is 1-1. Sequatchie County are the away team here in Dunlap. Yes, I did say that right. Sorry for the silence. We will be back momentarily.
Leading off for the Lady Indians, number 16, Emily Yell.
Yell up to bat for the Lady Indians. Pitch comes in, and Yell will hit it just foul up the first baseline. So that'll make it a 0-1 count. Again, we're in the top of the 6th, all level at 1 between Sequatchie County and Grundy County here in the winners bracket. Second game for both teams. District 7 AA tournament.
Comes the pitch. Be hit by Yell to the shortstop. She'll mishandle it. Yell will get to first.
Great speed there by Yell. And Gracie Tate, one of the fastest players at Sequatchie County High School, much more on the softball team, will come in to run for Yale.
Up to bat, number 14, Michaela Newman.
Very, very quick. Newman up at the plate. Nunley regrouping herself in the circle. Pitch coming.
Showed bunt. And showed bunt. The catcher threw it quickly down to first as Yale was off the plate, and the first baseman just kind of stood there touching the plate instead of tagging Yale, so Yale is safe. I'm sorry, Tate. I'm sorry. Tate. Newman showed bunt again and gets hit by the pitch. So she will go to first, and Tate will go to second. 2 on now for Sequatchie County. Great opportunity, no outs.
Up to bat, number 15, Riley French.
French, I believe, was the player that came across the plate in the first inning to get the run for Sequatchie County. No, I'm wrong. Sorry. That was Longson. That's my bad.
Yeah, Brent. Check
Either
your
way,
stats.
For as bad as my memory is, I'll take that, Chandler.
Okay. And now we're back in play here.
Umpire stopped the game for a few moments to talk to Coach.
French again at the plate.
Which
Nunley coming with the pitch.
She'll show bunt, and it will go foul. So that'll be a strike. 0-1. Still no outs. Runners on first and second. Gracie Tate on second for Sequatchie County. Newman on first after a hit by pitch. She'll swing away at that one. It'll go high
Into right field, and it'll be caught
by the right fielder. And Gracie Tate will still, or I'm not sure if it's called a steal, but Gracie Tate will take third base after that catch. She will tag up and take it. Just barely beat the ball there. Tate with the speed. Runners on first and second, or I'm sorry, first and third for the Lady Indians.
Up to bat, number 4, Hadley Gray.
Newman on first. Tate on third. Gray up to bat.
great play by Gracie Tate. Like we said, she is a very, very quick player.
And that'll be a very far outside and low pitch, 0-1 And the catcher will fake throwing to first, will throw to third. Doesn't do much good. Neither runner moved. 1-0. 1 out. Top of the sixth. 1-1 the score. Sequatchie County, Grundy County. Sequatchie at bat. And that'll be called a strike, very much inside. Got to give it to the umpire. He's been calling it their strike all day.
Nunley with the pitch. Gray hits it right back to the pitcher.
And
hesitates for a second, throws it to first.
That'll
Runners
be
on first and second now.
second and third.
Second and third, sorry.
2 runners in scoring position for Sequatchie County, 2 outs.
Up to bat, number 22, Hannah Knight.
Freshman Hannah Knight up to bat now.
How big would it be for the freshman to get a home run here? It's not going to can't happen now because I jinxed it, but ball.
Gonna be low.
That almost looked like a hittable ball. Good job by not to pull up there. 1-0. Nunley taking her time in the circle. And that'll be called strike, low and inside. Just hit that strike zone. 1-1. Very much a lot of pressure here.
And they'll call a strike there.
A little to the outside was that, but it will be a strike. 1-2 the count.
Here comes the ball for Nunley. And it'll be fouled off by the freshman. Two outs, 1-2 count. Everything leans on the freshman right now. And she hits out to right field, and it'll be caught by the right fielder.
And that will end the opportunity for Sequatchie County. We will go to the bottom of the sixth with the score still 1-1.
Grundy County Grundy County players right there very excited because they just got, the hold on right there is pretty big. Second time we've seen, runners on base for Sequatchie, and then they stay stranded. But it could be one of the tells of the tape of this game, leaving so many runners stranded. Still a tie ball game right now. And we'll be right back after this break.
Feel my lungs again. Run for the blue skies. We'll survive the rain. Run for the sunrise. We'll survive the pain. We're singing, hey, you can't count us out. We've been running up against the crowd. Yeah, we're the dark.
And we're back here at the bottom of the sixth inning.
Good job, Chandler.
Up to bat for the Lady Jackets, number 8, Emily Meeks.
Meeks up to bat for Grundy County. Yale still in the circle for Sequatchie County. Score is still 1-1. Still level here. Sequatchie have only one more opportunity to bat, assuming no extra innings. But, of course, the only run scored for Sequatchie has been in the top of the first, and the only run scored for Grundy has been in the bottom of the third.
That'll be a foul ball to go into the crowds over here. They're lined up along the fence.
Possibly onto the track, depending on how high that fence is.
Crowd's now full here at Sequatchie County.
Count is 0-1. And she will hit that right to Davenport, who will easily get that to Kilgore. That'll be
one out down in the inning.
First out for Grundy County.
Now batting number 12, Harley Davis.
Davis up to bat for Grundy County. Again, 1 out, no runners on. Bottom of the 6th, 1-1 the score. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Yell's been pretty quick all day. That'll be a strike inside. Just at the edge of the strike zone. So 0-2 the count now.
And they'll get her swinging right there.
Up to bat, number 14, Sierra Kilgore.
She will hit that one very high and just over the fence into the fans. Make the count 0-1. Pitch will come in, she'll swing at it, and it will go to left fielder, and Riley French will do a good job to bring that in, and that will end the inning. With your score, Sequatchie County 1, Grundy County 1, into the 7th.
And that's not the only game knotted today, as we've got still CCS and Sequatchie knotted up at 5 after 2 tremendous innings from those teams, and that would be baseball, yes. That would be a great win for the Indians, who have had a not so well season. Not a well district season, I should say, too. But that would be a great win for them. Right now they have Sydney Schultz up to bat, 1 out, and Jordan Henry on first in the bottom of the 4th here.
That's what happens when you play private schools that care about sports. You get really good live streams and live feeds.
Yeah. CCS is always really good about getting stats and stuff for their games and for the most part.
And the Spear's been trying to do that for Sequatchie recently. Did that for girls soccer in the fall. A couple of the basketball games that we weren't able to actually do radio for. Got Twitter updates.
Henry still second.
Baseball.
Yes. While we're here between innings at softball. Oh, excuse me. He gave us a second on a single
Leading off for the Lady Indians,
by Tucker
number
Hall.
1, Allison Davenport.
But now we're back to softball.
Davenport, the senior leader on the Sequatchie County team, will be leading off in the top of the 7th and final inning, barring extra.
Nunley
Staring her down.
with the pitch coming.
And she'll swing and miss. Nunley in the circle is a sophomore. As is Sequatchie County's pitcher, Yale.
Here comes the pitch from Nunley.
And Davenport got under that one, and is that gone? It
is.
sure is.
It is gone. Great play by Davenport. Great play. Indians players down at the home plate to congratulate her on that home run.
How fitting would it be if Davenport's home run were the winning run in this game?
Very fitting. That would be.
So Sequatchie County pull ahead. Still no outs. Still no outs in the top of the 7th. Up to the plate, number 3, Longson.
Up to bat, number 3, Bailey Longson.
Nunley in the circle.
Trying to put that behind her is Nunley. And Longson will hit one right to her. Nunley easy to first. That'll be an out.
Just a great hit by Davenport. It looked like it was just going into center field right there and just kept going and going and going.
Now batting, number 9, Cheyenne Stockwell.
And then I'll put your score here at 2-1. Sequatchie in the lead now.
And Grundy County will have a chance to come back and level.
Stockwell at the plate. Here comes Nunley. And she'll foul it off.
Oh and 1 count, 1 out.
Nunley coming with the 0-1 pitch.
Ball to the outside.
She'll make it 1-1.
Cheyenne is a right-hander.
And she'll hit one to center field, and it'll be caught by the center fielder for Grundy County.
Another maybe 5 yards on that one. That would have been gone.
Yeah. Very, very close.
2 outs.
Up to bat for the Lady Indians, number 29, Amber Kilgore.
And those home run, those long balls tend to happen later in the game when you've kind of gotten used to a pitcher, especially for Nunley, who's been in the whole game.
Right. Good pitching by Nunley today, by the way.
Very good pitching from both.
From both pitchers.
Speaking of good pitching, there's a strike from Nunley.
0 and 1 count.
Nunley coming.
That'll be a strike to the inside.
That bottom inside corner there for Kilgore, who is a left-handed hitter.
0 and 2, 2 outs. Sequatchie lead 2-1. Top of the 7th. Sequatchie at bat.
And Kilgore will hit it, and it is
Shield.
going, and it is gone. It'll go over the field house.
Over that new field house that they are building for the softball team to have a changing room, locker room.
And I think they'll keep the dent in that roof.
Yes.
I think they'll keep that dent.
And that'll make the score 3-1. Sequatchie County lead.
And
Grundy
Sequatchie County on a run here late in the 7th inning. Nunley looking like she's still going to be pitching here. No pitching change yet for Grundy County. We're all right with that.
Up to bat for the Lady Indians, number 16, Emily Yell.
Yell comes up into the box as Nunley's shortstop tries to give her a few words of encouragement. Yell will hit it to the shortstop, who will quickly throw to first, and that will do it. Grundy County will have one last chance to score 2 or better. And we will go to the bottom of the 7th inning with your score: Sequatchie County 3, Grundy County 1, in the final of the winners bracket in the District 7 AA softball tournament.
And we'll be right back after this break.
Born for the blue skies. Born for the blue skies. Born for the sunrise. We'll survive the pain. We're singing, hey, you can't count us out. We're gonna run up against the crowd. Yeah, we're the dark horses. We're singing, wait, don't care what they say. We know we'll find a way. Yeah, we're the dark horses.
And we're back here on Spear Nation Radio.
I want to thank all y'all for.
The Lady Jackets, number 7, Chloe Sism.
Want to thank all y'all for joining us today here on Spear Nation Radio for Sequatchie County and Grundy County.
Sism up at the plate now for Grundy County. And pitch by Yale. It'll be a high.
And second pitch will come in a strike, 1-1 the count now. Sism betting now. And she will hit it in between the shortstop and third baseman to get on base. And the tying run will come to the plate for Grundy County. Again, Sequatchie County lead 3-1. Next three batters up are Meeks, Carrick, and Nunley.
Now batting number 29, Kara Meeks.
Meeks up to the plate, taking her time. Here comes the pitch from Yale. It'll hit her. And runners on first and second.
Winning run coming to the plate now for Grundy County.
Coaches will talk to her. Courtesy runner at first.
That's a sub. They will put in number 3, Taylon Sism, in for her.
Okay, that'll be a sub, sorry.
Softball substitution.
Number 20, Shelby Carrot.
Softball substitution rules are very hard to understand. And that pitch will come in, attempted to bunt it to the Grundy County player, and she will hit it just to the left. Fouled it outside the third baseline. Again, this is number 20, Carrick.
Pitch coming from Yale. Carrick will
Attempt to bunt again, and again foul. Same direction. 0-2 the count.
Your scores here is 3-1 Sequatchie County. Two of those runs came in the top of this inning. First came in the first inning.
Have to imagine that these two teams are going to meet again on Monday.
Yeah, you would have to.
After blanking Bledsoe and Signal yesterday. And that pitch will come in high and outside. Newman handles it. 1-2 the count now.
No outs this inning.
Again, Carrick. And she will hit that just barely fair. She will hit that just barely fair, and Newman will throw it down to first base.
Very alert play by Michaela, the catcher.
Number 24, Michaela Nunley.
Newman.
Softball rules are strange, and I'm not going to try to explain them. Okay, now I'm getting made fun of over here. 3-1 is the Sequatchie County score. This is Sequatchie County's lead over Grundy County. As up to the plate, we have the pitcher, Nunley, for Grundy County.
The pitcher versus pitcher matchup.
0-1 is the count, 1 out. Pitcher would be the winning run. The tying run is at second. Sequatchie County again lead 3-1.
Comes the pitch from Yale.
And
Nunley hits it straight up.
That'd
Be
be
caught by Yale. Coming out of the circle to get that one.
2 outs now. Again, the winning run at the plate, number 4, Rogers.
Up to bat, number 4, Madison Rogers.
Rogers, the usual leadoff hitter for Grundy County.
No pressure.
Pitch from Yale.
That'll be a strike. Inside. 0-1.
2 more could be the game.
Yale taking her time.
Pitch coming.
That'll be a
be high.
ball. Be called high. One and one. 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Sequatchie County lead by 2 in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yale with the pitch coming. And that'll hit her. Full bases now. Bases loaded for Grundy County.
Coach Somerville will come out to talk to Yell.
And the rest of the infield.
I'd like to remind everyone that we will be announcing the all-district team after this game. So if you'll stay where you are, we will announce the all-district team after this game.
Winning run is now on first. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Umpire was about to go break up the huddle in the circle, but Sequatchie County were able to come out of there before he got the chance.
Up to bat, number 2, Madison Burrows.
And they can afford a run here, but it's not that you want to give it up. You know, they're not in a, you know, they're 2 runs ahead. They can't afford one if they need one, but not preferable in this situation.
Burrows will foul one back over the press box. 0-1, 2 outs. Man, softball's stressful.
And you're not even playing.
I know. I'm just sitting there watching.
0-1 count, 2 outs. Sequatchie leading 3-0. Yell with the pitch.
Sequatchie leading 3-1, and that's hit to the left fielder who catches it, Riley French.
And that will be the ball game, folks. 3-1. Sequatchie County wins over Grundy County in this winner's bracket final of the District 7AA tournament. Great game played between these two teams. 1-1, about halfway through this game. Very, very close game. Sequatchie County gets 2 runs in the top of the 7th and hold Grundy County to none in the bottom of that inning to end this game. And just a great game here by both teams, especially the Indians who come out on top.
Again, we will be announcing the all-district team here shortly. The Lady Indians will play Monday night in the championship game at 5 p.m. here, and then Grundy County will play in the loser bracket final at 6 p.m. this afternoon.
And there we go. Thank you, Mr. Stewart, for the information.
So again, we do want to invite everybody back out to the District 7 AA Championship. It will be at Sequatchie County at 5 o'clock Central Time on Monday.
Be a good game to watch. Great game to bring family out to and watch on Monday. Be a great game.
If it, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. If it does happen to end fairly quickly with a Sequatchie County victory, you're more than welcome to come over to the soccer game. We will be playing Jackson County in the first round of districts at 6 o'clock.
Now, are y'all playing at the football field or over here at this?
We've been playing at the football field since the football coach lined the old soccer field with football lines. Well, I mean, with football lines with grass killer.
Okay. Understandable.
What you see up there on the hill, all that dirt, happens to be the new soccer field. See that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're not here, there's a whole bunch of dirt randomly on the hill, and you probably don't know what that is. That's the new soccer field.
And Signal Mountain Bledsoe County getting ready for their game, fixed to warm up, coming onto the field.
It will begin here shortly. We are not planning on staying on the air for that one.
No, we'll stay on the air for the all-district team, and then we'll be off, and you can have the rest of your Saturday to yourself. Or you can come here and watch some more softball.
We've got Bledsoe Signal here just in a few minutes, and then after that game ends, we will have the loser bracket final, which will be the winner of Bledsoe and Signal against Grundy County.
And some speculation on that. If you had to pick out of those 3 teams, which one would you pick to be on top there?
Did you really ask that?
Well, I mean, it's just speculation.
Well, let me put it like this. Sequatchie are the 2 seed, and they dominated Bledsoe yesterday. Grundy are the 1 seed. They'll come out of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Bledsoe are probably going to... Yeah. Bledsoe beat Signal pretty bad at the beginning of the season, so my pick for that game is going to be Bledsoe. And then my pick for the Bledsoe-Grundy game is most certainly Grundy County.
Now, if you had to pick a dark horse, I would probably pick Bledsoe out of all of them to do that. But
because out of the 2 dark horse possibilities.
Yeah. There's only 4 teams in District 7 AA because Notre Dame and CCS, neither one have a softball team.
Notre Dame has a softball team. They just don't want to play in District 7 AA, and so they don't.
They're kind of independent, I guess, what you say in softball.
Which means they don't get allowed into the postseason.
Yes.
Because they didn't. What happened is they didn't want to play the District 7 teams in the regular season, so District 7 said, well, then you're not in the postseason. You know that, right? And they're like, what?
Yeah.
So we will take a moment and turn this thing over to. We'll take a moment and turn this thing over to Miss Stewart as she announces the District 7 awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We will now announce the 2015 District 7 AA All-District Team, Player of the Year, and Coach of the Year. 15 girls are selected by the district coaches to receive the honor of making up the All-District Team. Ladies, when I call your name, please come forward to receive your plaque and remain at home plate for a picture following the presentation. From Signal Mountain, Cassidy McCarter. From Signal Mountain, Kelsey McGowan. From Bledsoe County, Kate Burnett. From Bledsoe County, Taylor Marsh. From Bledsoe County, Samantha Pompey. From Sequatchie County, Allison Davenport. From Sequatchie County, Bailey Longson. From Sequatchie County, Michaela Newman. From Sequatchie County, Cheyenne Stockwell. From Sequatchie County, Emily Yale. From Grundy County, Madison Burrows. From Grundy County, Shelby Carrick. From Grundy County, Harley Davis. From Grundy County, Sierra Kilgore. From Grundy County, Madison Rogers. Of the 15 players selected for the All-District Team, the district coaches nominate and vote on one of these players to be Player of the Year. This year, we had a tie for Player of the Year. These two young ladies are, from Grundy County High School, Madison Rogers. And from Sequatchie County High School, Allison Davenport. The Coach of the Year is the coach of the regular season champions. This year we had a tie for first place in district regular season. Therefore, we have two Coaches of the Year. From Grundy County High School, Jason Evans. From Sequatchie County High School, Kelly Somerville. Congratulations to the All-District Team, Players of the Year, and Coaches of the Year.
So there is your all-district team for District 7 AA softball and their coaches, all-district coaches. We want to thank you for joining us today on Spear Nation Radio for the Sequatchie County, Grundy County winners bracket final. So again, Sequatchie County won that game 3-1, and we'll play again on Monday at 5 o'clock Central Time here at Sequatchie County. Again, thank you for joining us on Spear Nation Radio. Go Indians, and God bless.